Hello, myself Sunil Ramkrishnan. Basically, today we are going to talk about the formula topic, and here basically we have already discussed lots of points. Basically, we have already discussed 123 number, and this is basically 124th number, and this is basically related to the um, formula part basically. And in formula we are basically discussing the Bollywood industry. And here in Bollywood, basically, we are going to talk about one topic that is basically related to passport, Aadhaar card, PAN card, which are basically created, which are basically authorized by the government, and it's a property of government. Basically, it's not a private property. So here we are going to discuss about that, and this is basically this would be one of the question basically that also this will be the this also will be the one of the little bit long topic basically, which is we are going to discuss here. So, for example, one person asked that, uh, Sir Guruji Sunil Nair, how basically the earthquake comes. So, one of the person basically, this was basically few people basically who were discussing about the thing. One was one of the Bollywood person, one was basically the passport person, basically passport government authorized person, and one was basically the person basically who has created the passport information. That was basically software industry person. Then basically the passport designer person basically who designed actually the passport. So we are discussing that basically, and how basically this passport, Aadhaar card, and PAN card basically informations are correct, connected with the earthquakes that are basically which comings in the across the world basically, and India also basically lots of earthquakes are coming. So how these earthquakes are coming basically connected with the passports, Aadhaar cards, and basically PAN cards basically. So we are going to discuss this little bit about this basically. So one person basically told that what passport basically contains, what Aadhaar card contains, what the PAN card contains. Then basically the person told that PAN card basically contains the income of the person. For example, if person is earning some income, certain level of income basically, then basically that is basically tracked. Um, if the professional tax are basically deducting, then only basically these are tracked. If anybody is telling that we are paying the cash amount, then basically that is not tracked because there is no proof basically. So government need proof. So that is basically professional tax are deducted. Then basically government says that yeah, basically he is getting the amount basically. So like this, and the government says that if we have we are told anybody to not to give the money to that person, then basically nobody gives the money basically, because who basically is going to take the risk of the government. So we are talking about that only basically. So here basically we are talking about one person's story basically, who has tried a lot to get the job, but he's not getting the job. He's trying. He's tried to Ahmedabad. He tried to Mumbai. This is basically a real story of one person. So I'm telling here basically we are going to connect the earthquake basically. Just see basically what are the things going to happen, and how the each and every energies are going to connect that also you see, and connected that also you see. So here basically we are going to talk about the one person's story basically. That story says that he visited many times in Ahmedabad, many times in Mumbai, many times in Surat, many times in uh, many times in Dubai, many times in applied for a Hyderabad job, and he applied when he went to Bangalore also basically few times. Then basically he was not able to get the job basically. So due to that, basically he was totally frustrated, and frustrated energy generated from his body basically. And his passport number was this, and his PAN card number was this, and his Aadhaar card number was this basically. So like this, basically, his unique information was basically generated. Sorry, generated in the environment. Basically, he whenever he's going to Bangalore, that time basically his energy is generated is getting generated to Bangalore city basically, and that is basically collected by, assume that it was collected by Hyderabad city. So Bangalore and each and every energy basically was collected by the Hyderabad city. So like this, basically, for example, he visited to Mumbai. Then basically, actually, in, whatever person basically are doing the task, that energies are basically collected by the Hyderabad city. So this is just example basically. So it can be Bangalore's energy basically might be collected by the Mumbai city. So it's basically random basically. You can say. So like this, the energy was collected. So wherever basically he was visited, for example, he visited 5 times in Mumbai. So in Dubai city, basically, in Dubai city, from Dubai Power Company, basically, they have collected the energy basically of 5 time Mumbai visited. So like this, basically, everybody knows that each and every energy basically when it's collected, that are basically collected and filtered basically. That also you can say, and that basically is segregated basically. Different that basically that energies are categorized basically, you can say, like frustrated energy, negative energy, positive energy. Here basically, then I got I'm going to take one more example. That same guy basically, when he was visited Mumbai, that time on first visit only he got the job basically. So that was also one of the energies. So that was basically the positive energy. So when he, so here basically, I'm going to take one example with one of the one person only. He's only visiting the Mumbai and he's getting job in first visit, and 5 times basically he's visiting the Mumbai. Same basically person is not getting the job for 5 times. So here just taken as an example basically. For example, Sunil R. Nair visited 5 times in Mumbai. First visit he got the job. Same Sunil Arnair visited the Mumbai for 5 times. He has not got the job basically. So here basically, what was the? There were two person basically. Just taken as an example as a Sunil Arnair basically. I am taking myself example only. So then basically, what happened? The energy was collected by the Dubai government, Dubai power companies basically. So it can be any company, any cities, any countries basically who collects the energies basically. Like this basically his energy was collected. First time basically when he visited, that time basically his energy was collected. That was positive energy, and basically negative energy was he 5 time visited the Mumbai and not got the job. So like this basically two types of energy was collected. So now basically just see basically the how earthquake basically are going to connect to, like this Sunil R. Nair basically. In India basically there are 200 crore people, right? So 200 crore people's basically negative and positive energies are connected. So this earthquake basically point basically lots of people says that this earthquake is not connected with the tectonic plates. Yeah, basically the it's connected with the tectonic plates. So here the question basically arrives is that is the in front of the public basically. Tectonic plates point is basically in front of public, but in real basically the earthquake happens like that. Like energies are basically sent to the cities by the World Bank basically, and that energy basically is dumped in the city, and according to that basically negative and positive energy which is sent by the World Bank, the each and every environment are settled basically. So like this that can be negative energy, and that basically depends upon the World Bank basically how they sends the energy, whether they are sending the negative energy, whether they are sending the positive energy. So just see basically how things are basically going to connect. So basically lots of people says that it's tectonic plates. So basically here the point is basically few things basically are connected with the public, and few things are basically connected with the not in front of public basically. So in front of public is tectonic plates basically. So earthquake is coming from the tectonic plates, on the base of tectonic plates, and in front of not in front of public, that is basically the energies basically, you can say. So like this the energies are basically connected with the earthquake, and that can be negative energy and positive energy. So basically that depends upon the setting basically which is done. That is basically one of the metrics basically, you can say. matrix of the earthquake, basically how it is setted. That also we are going to discuss about the matrix of the earthquake, basically. So how the matrix of earthquakes are connected, basically. So like this, we were discussing about the data. Basically, you can say that is basically the positive energy data and the negative energy data. So this which basically is connected with the earthquakes data, basically. And earthquakes data are directly basically connected with the passports, Aadhaar cards, and the PAN cards, basically. And basically few data basically are connected with the virtual data, basically, that are basically which are not tracked, basically. But each and every energies are basically tracked. That is the 100% sure. Who don't have the Aadhaar card, PAN card, and the passport information, that basically their energies are basically tracked. So each and every person basically data are tracked in this world, basically. So like this, 200 crore people are there. So 200 crores people basically data are basically connected with the earthquake. And this is basically just taken as an India example. Basically, currently I'm in India, so that's why basically I'm taking the example of the India country, basically. So like this, here basically we are discussing about the topic that is basically telling that how Bollywoods are connected, how passports are connected, how the Aadhaar cards are connected, how the PAN cards are connected. So we are discussing that, basically, and this is basically 24th formula part, basically, and in 25th part, basically, we are going to discuss a little bit more about the formula, Aadhaar card, PAN card, passport, and PAN card, basically, and the formulas which are each and every things are connected, and which are all things are connected with the earthquakes, basically.